Bastards Road, 5 Questions with Screen. I'm Erin Kenway, executive producer of Bastards Road, and today I have the honor of interviewing these fine gentlemen.
Hey, I'm John Hancock. So you've probably seen my face a lot, and I am the subject of the documentary Bastards Road.
Hey, this is Brian Morrison. I'm the director and cinematographer and one of the producers on the film.
All right, guys, let's jump into some fun questions. What's become your favorite stay-at-home activity amid all the lockdowns?
Mine's planting annual flowers with my two little daughters. They always need color, so they're disposable, right? They're cheap, so little dinosaur plants. We just build up tiny little flower pots.
Well, I'm in Arizona, so stay at home really isn't a thing out here. But it was for some people, so I took advantage of that and went hiking on a bunch of trails that are usually crowded, and they were very uncrowded.
Those both sound like incredible activities. What do you hope audiences experience and learn from this film?
I think ultimately from the veteran audience that'll see this film, it's that you're not alone. You have the ability to speak out, and that it's something that you probably should do. And I hope that this film gives them the unconscious acknowledgement to do so.
I hope from the civilian side of the house that people are more comfortable having conversations with those that may feel anxious about somebody coming to the table with something sensitive, traumatic, something that feels a little bit too weighty, by an anxiety that you might not know what to say if you engage somebody in a certain way, or somebody engages you with a traumatic experience. I would just encourage people out there to take a calmness in the fact that there is no right answer. There's no right response to somebody that shares something that has been that they're struggling with. Just being an open ear, being emotionally available, being present for them is extremely powerful in itself. And I'd encourage people to just take confidence in that as that's all you need.
Well, John, you've talked about your experiences hiking during the lockdown, and Brian, you've talked about planting these beautiful, colorful flowers with your kids. So what's some of the most incredible filming locations for you, the incredible moments that really stick with you from production?
Some of the things that didn't make it into the film, probably some pieces on the PCT. Montana was absolutely amazing. And when they say big sky, you don't understand big sky until you go there. And then you realize that that is some big sky country. And I tell you what, had I never walked across the country, I would have never experienced that. Yeah, absolutely.
Badlands for me, it was an incredible experience being there. There's a calmness there's a silence there that is incredible for a lot of national parks that are equally as visually stunning. But there's a sense in Badlands that you can get inside yourself. It's a energy thing there that is pretty incredible experience to see that and just be there.
Okay, fun question for you. What is a TV show that you're a little embarrassed to admit that you love to watch, and why do you love it? And John's laughing because he knows he's probably going to get some gruff.
Oh God, I've watched so lockdown happened, right? So me and the wife have watched every single episode of something we call Boat Show, but it's called Below Deck.
Oh, that's an addicting reality TV show.
I am telling you, it is the most garbage TV on the planet, but I love it. I love every piece of it because it is it's just rotten and filthy, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna watch this, and then you get addicted to it, and then you gotta like start like. Then I found myself like trying to find them on Instagram. I never talked to them, but I just like was like, all right, what are you up to today? And I'm like, oh yeah, you guys really do live this life, and that's interesting to me. Yeah.
I
Does it
get
make
pretty
you wish
wrapped
you were
up.
a sailor? No, I
No,
know
no,
that.
never. I'm a Marine, and as a Marine, we are a department of the Navy, but we are the men's department.
Brian?
I get wrapped up into watching some pretty ridiculous things. I think, like most parents, cartoons, TV shows, Pinkalicious, maybe. That's visually exhausting.
Oh, that's fantastic. And what do you think, besides everyone finding out about your secret passion for Below Deck here, John, what do you think, what's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear.
Besides the
Probably
skunk. The skunk was a big fear that a lot of
skunk.
people, when you see Bastards Road, will get that joke.
Yeah, that skunk was a big fear of mine. Harkening back to childhood, my biggest fear is being kidnapped, and it actually almost happened twice in my life. With like no joke, like news reports about a guy who almost got me. But yeah, probably my biggest fear, probably to this day, is still like being kidnapped. Not sure if I should have said that on the internet because I'm pretty sure someone's gonna play some dumbass prank of me getting kidnapped, and I'm gonna lose it.
I'm pretty frightened by a lot of situations that you were put in, John. Like getting attacked by a wild animal is pretty high up on my list of ultimate fears. Hearing a wolf stalk you, or that type of sound, or something that a mountain lion, like I don't know if I could have handled that. I think that would have been game over on a walk trip, journey, camp trip for me. I hear something.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I get that, but I think at that point I was already probably just so and I kind of believe that I'm in tune with wildlife. I had so many different wildlife encounters and nothing bad ever happened to me. So it's almost like wildlife was helping me like get through it kind of. So I'm like, "Meh, maybe I'm part animal."
Do you think that that's one of the moments during this journey, John, that helps seared into your mind, is that relationship with nature and the wild? And if not, what do you think would be that moment during the film's journey that really seared into your
Absolutely.
mind?
It was all of the different wildlife encounters for me. And of course, I'll never discredit any of meeting with my brothers and Gold Star families, but on a very primal level, it was the very close, not only proximity wise, but spiritually wise, the close relationship that formed between me and nature, and to experience almost every single animal that North America has to offer, except for the grizzly bear. Thank God that didn't happen. Uh, that was probably the coolest thing ever, and to see animals in their natural habitat hunting other animals and being just a bystander and watching that happen really changed me forever.
Brian, what do you think? What moment really on this journey was seared into your mind?
Um,
Besides your calf pain from walking backwards for over a mile.
Probably
You got to
when
do that.
John let me put on the backpack.
Mm.
I was curious the whole time. I think I spent maybe 3 trips before I asked, hey, can I put that on? And that was eye-opening to me. It was seared into my memory of how heavy that was, even to the very end of John's walk, when he's giving the speech at the end. It's not a long speech, but it's not a short speech. And I think one thing that I've communicated is John didn't take the backpack off once he was done. He just kept wearing it. It was like part of his body, where it's like, that thing is heavy. I've worn that. And I couldn't wear it for much more than a couple minutes before I was ready to, okay, that experiment is done. That's not for me.
Well, we're all hoping things get back to normal at some point in this country. with regards to COVID, the lockdown in various ways. What do you think you guys are most looking forward to? I know personally it would be going back to the film festivals and being able to network and share this beautiful message. But tell me, what are you guys looking forward to most?
I think mostly I'm looking forward to really just being able to spend time with a lot of people again, and really being able to spend time with people unadulterated and not being told what to do. I don't know if you know this or not.
As Marines do.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not. I don't really like being told what to do.
Yeah, I can't wait to be with people. The film festival was a hard loss, and just movie theater experiences in general. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it's going to come back strong. So it's my hope we get back there soon. But I don't really share the desperation. I mean, a lot of theaters have struggled out there. A lot of them, might not make it. But in some way, shape, or form, I do think it comes back, because just like a bar or a restaurant, why people go and they drink, or why they go and eat in a place where you're not really talking to other people, you're just amongst yourself. There's something about being around people. The food tastes better, the drinks it's more enjoyable. And when you go watch a movie, whether it's a comedy or an action or a drama, just the feels are stronger when you're surrounded by people, even if you're not really communicating with everybody. Just being around people is a big deal. So I do firmly believe it's coming back, and I can't wait till that time.
Yeah, you and me both. There's such an energy when you're around others. And I think John really showed that energy in the film when you were meeting with your fellow brothers and Gold Star families. There, when you're together, this vibrancy comes out. And I think that's what happens when we gather together. And I hope we all can get back to that soon. While we wrap up, I would love to hear a little bit more about what inspires you most about each other.
Well, okay. Brian Morrison has been an advocate for me and one of my very best friends. But I think what inspires me most about Brian is that he chose to put himself into a position where he knew nothing and decided to learn, not learn for the purposes of exploitation, but to learn to understand. And he took a massive amount of familial pain and strife and sacrifice in order to tell another man's story. My admiration for Brian is everlasting because of that.
That's really beautiful. Brian, good luck following up with that.
Yeah. John's fearlessness and John's ability to hold, himself, to a place of just wanting to be better, striving to improve upon yourself. I think that, just from the very first, kind of hour we spent with each other, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the energy that he gives others and how selfless he is, and how much he's just prepared to give others and to share the things that he's going through, just in a fearless way of setting himself up to be judged or to be critiqued, broken down. I mean, I was inspired by him from like the 1,000 miles away, and even more inspired by him when I got to be one of his friends. And it's been the joy of my life is to meet and to have John become my friend and open up a whole new world to me, this has all happened through that relationship, that trust and that faith. And I'm forever grateful.
I can really
Love you,
tell
buddy.
Love you too, man.
The love is in the room. I can feel
Yeah.
it. I mean, the bond is incredible. Tell us, Brian, where can we watch Bastards Road?
May 11th, it's coming out everywhere. Rent and buy it anywhere. Most platforms it'll be available. iTunes right now on pre-order, and hopefully it's followed up by a streaming release somewhere. So, yep. Shout it from the rooftops when you get it and when you watch it. It's all about just continuing this conversation. And
thank you so much
yeah.
to Screen for allowing us to have this incredible opportunity. Really hope you guys are as impacted by the Bastards Road story as I have been. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.